Alright guys, this is Armyguy Travels coming at you again from the beautiful Saigon, Vietnam. And today I'm checking out somewhere that is really going to be emotional. It's a combination of sadness, history, and a mix of emotions for a lot of people, especially the Vietnamese. But today we're here at the War Remnants Museum. After Vietnam got their victory earned their victory in April of 1975, in September 75 they opened the War Remnants Museum, and this is probably the biggest collection of documents and just pieces of history that you're gonna find at any war museum in this part of the world. So guys, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it with your friends. And right now we're in Quang 3, so we're gonna be checking out this museum, checking out the history, and just showing you a little bit of something that a lot of us weren't even alive for. So you know me, I'm a history buff and an Army veteran, so for me, but I'm obviously not Vietnam. So we're gonna go check this out and show you guys one of the biggest museums in Asia. That's cool. So they got U-17, Cessna, U.S. Army, and looks like they rebuilt them all, which is kind of cool. And then the Sky Raider, the A1. That's one thing you'll notice. You'll see this all over town, right? You're gonna see, like, at some of the government buildings, like pieces of our equipment that they found. Oh, they got the bomber rebuilt. Somebody went through a lot of pain, guys. A37. Yeah, people went through a lot of pain on both sides. They got tanks. Got the A3. And then the Chinook, which still is around. The CH-47, I flew in these. That's crazy. Look how big it is. I don't think people, it's like a big boat, but it's really fast. M41. I think this is what they used to use to get rid of bombs and stuff. Like the dozer, yeah. Clearing ordnance. Now we just have a thing in the front of our vehicle. It just kind of sits out there. Howitzer. Another howitzer. We got the big boy. Is that the Abrams? The Navy might be weak sauce now, but a lot of our guys got to a lot of fights with these. A lot of Navy boats. All right, guys, let's go take a walk inside. It's got 2 floors and a basement. So a guy came up to me that had been wounded in the war by a leftover bomb and asked for some money, but only if he could sell me stuff. So I bought something from him, but he lost like 2 limbs and an eye, other eye damage. So yeah, guys, right when you came in the door, you see a victim of this war. Most of you guys know I'm from Ohio originally. I'm actually from not far from Kent State. My uncle was going to journalism school here during these protests. So when I got here, the ticket was 40,000 dong, which is like a little under $2. So we're heading up to the 2nd floor. So this is the war crimes room, which is where they talk about the chemical weapons that were used. The My Lai massacre, which is hands down the worst massacre during the Vietnamese War. They used a lot of napalm, Agent Orange, white phosphorus that you had to cut out of people. Stuff that would not be allowed anymore during a time of war. The gentleman I met outside, he was blown up by one of these that was left around after the war. He said he got wounded in 77, which was a couple years after the war ended. These are some of all the weapons that were used. Bazooka, the 90mm. .50 cal machine gun. Six-barrel heavy machine gun, the Browning M2. Alright guys, so I just went through the Ancient Orange Room. So I'm normally very numb to the effects of war, to injuries of war, having gone to Iraq and Afghanistan. But this was devastating to see. The Ancient Orange, it's rough. Yeah, in that other room, I started to get choked up. It was, and I don't really cry, but that was rough to see. That was really difficult to see. Yeah, I know it was tough for Vietnam veterans, but now I'm seeing it from the side of the Vietnamese. So now we're up on the 3rd floor. And historical truths. So this is a copy of the Declaration of Independence for the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, signed in 1949. Westmoreland right there on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, like one yeah.
So here are all of the photographers that died in the Indochina War. Alright guys, so this comes the end of this video, and I just have to say this is one of the most painful museum experiences I've ever had to come to. it's not that it wasn't a great museum, it was, but to see the devastation and the pain that was caused in this country and the effects it had on the United States too, but more so for Vietnamese people, this was very, very, very painful. As a veteran, as a fan of the world, a fan of history, a lot of the photos, a lot of the exhibits I can't show for multiple reasons. One, out of respect to the families. Two, out of YouTube terms of service. But guys, this was devastating to see, but definitely experience that you need to see if you come here to this beautiful country, Vietnam, and to see how far they've come, guys. This is the War Remnants Museum here in Vietnam.